It is the 100th year anniversary of the war, and I think the impact of that war continues with us today. I mean, not only Iraq and Iran were created by that war, I mean, so that there's a clear connection to the present, but it's a war that defined all wars in the 20th century. You couldn't go back from that technology. There's a great little book called The Return of the Soldier by Rebecca West, which a soldier comes back from the war and is shell-shocked, which, by the way, was, again, something that, you know, talk about the shock of the new. It was a new phenomenon. Nothing like that had really been, on a mass scale, had been known about shell shock before and how to treat it. And so the soldier comes back, and his memory of his own marriage has been blocked out. But what he remembers was a time before the war in which he had a relationship with a young woman. And it's a time of innocence. It's as if he has blocked out the horrible war to return to a previous moment, a golden age. You know, most people have a very dim memory, if any memory at all, of World War I. You know, even older people, because it's been overshadowed by World War II. I think that the thing that I would remind the students is simply that, you know, World War I was an outgrowth of World War II was an outgrowth of World War I, and that we can't really understand recent history unless we understand the significance of that war, nor can we understand modern literature. Modernism as a literary movement, really, and The Wasteland is a good example of this. T.S. Eliot's Wasteland, 1922, right? 4 years after the end of that war, one of the most famous modernist poems comes out of that war. So the war is connected to not only history, but also to literary movements in the 20th century. Well, I really hope that people will take this course, because the significance of the historical event in itself is important. 100-year anniversary of the war, and the literature that came out of the war was defined modern literature for the entire 20th century.